What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package and infrastructure update and daily news report for Thursday, September 9th. So we actually have a bunch of stuff that we need to go over. Currently, there's a lot of discussions happening within Congress, and they're trying to figure out what's actually going to be in this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. We also know later on today, President Biden is going to come out and he is going to discuss his next steps for kind of curbing this surge in COVID infections, especially through children in school. We also know that there's an employment crisis coming up right now. And this is something that nobody was really expecting, but this is what we are going to see. So I want to break down all those things right now. But again, hopefully you guys are having a great day. I've been saying this for the past few days. I am still answering your guys' questions that you leave down in the comment section below. I'm answering them in these videos, but I'm also answering specific questions over on TikTok as well. So if you haven't followed me over there yet, make sure you go and do that. I'll put a link down in the description box below. But let's get into the update for today. First, I've been saying this for the past few months, is that the child tax credit payments, these are one of these pieces of legislation that currently it's just for 1 year for 2021. We are currently, if you have children, getting a $250 to $300 per month child tax credit payment. What we are hearing is that according to multiple lawmakers, they are saying that paying $300 or $250 per month to parents that have children, this is actually too much. They say it's too much money and it's actually hurting those that do not have children. So if you don't have children, this could actually benefit you. If you do have children, well, you could actually lose some of your benefits. Here's what's being discussed. Right now, according to multiple reports, the discussions that they're having right now are about taking that child tax credit payment that they want to push all the way to 2025. They're thinking about only extending it to either 2023, which would be 2 years, or 2024, which would be 3 years. 3 years is the current timeline as of right now, as of today. They're saying that going from 4 years down to 3 years is going to cut back on tens of billions of dollars, which is going to help out pay for this bill. Because again, right now, especially moderates want to see that this entire $3.5 trillion bill is going to be paid for. However, according to multiple reports, they do not want to spend $3.5 trillion. The majority of Democrats right now would like to be under $2.5 trillion. But Senator Joe Manchin, he wants to be closer to about 1.5. So I said this yesterday. According to the reports and according to experts, they believe that we will be somewhere around the $2.4 trillion mark before it's all said and done. But let's get back to the child tax credit payments and what we're hearing. Many are getting pushback right now because Democrats are saying that this has brought millions of children out of poverty, and getting rid of this payment or lowering it to about half is not the right move. And again, what we are hearing is that Democrats want to change this from a possibly $3,600 child tax credit. Okay, that's what it's currently at. And again, $3,600 is only for children between the ages of 0 and 5. Once you turn 6 to 17, you get a $3,000 child tax credit. That's $250 per month. Well, what we're hearing is they want to drop it back down to just $2,000. Now, the $2,000, if you divide this over 12 months, this is only $166.66 per month. The problem with this is about half of that $300 per month child tax credit payment. The $300 per month payment has brought children, millions of children, out of poverty. According to experts, they say the $166 payment would not do that. It just wouldn't do that at this time. So we're going to see what happens, but what I can tell you is things are not looking great. One thing I can tell you though, right now, the reports are that the reason why they want to drop this down is because this would actually save hundreds of billions of dollars. But some are saying this is not the place to be saving money. We can't be cutting costs when this is supposed to be the American Families Plan. We cannot be cutting costs to families. That's not where we need to be cutting costs. But that also brings up the discussion. and this is something that we've heard before, is if a lot of lawmakers are saying that, yes, people without families and children are being impacted, negatively impacted because of the legislation that they are passing, what are they going to do for people that do not have children, don't have families? What are they going to do for them? Well, as of right now, the only thing that's really being discussed is either increasing the earned income tax credit, which helps out lower income earners. The stimulus checks at this time, they're still being discussed in a very small manner, but these aren't really being pushed. Stimulus checks aren't being pushed. Now it's actually turning into a survival check, but the survival checks aren't really being pushed yet either, because they say we still need more data. This is one of the reasons why President Biden is supposed to be coming out today with a new plan or new ideas of how to kind of combat the surge in COVID cases. Because according to experts, if we do not have as many COVID cases, there wouldn't be a need for a survival check. So what we're hearing right now is, instead of giving the American people a survival check, they're going to try to figure out a way to vaccinate more people. But experts are also saying, well, we already know that millions of Americans are not going to get vaccinated. So spending millions of dollars to try to educate them and push them and entice them to get vaccinated is really not the smartest way to use our money right now either. So we're going to see what happens there. But what we do know is, according to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, that sometime in October, the U.S. government will default on their loans. We are gonna struggle, and this is one of the reasons why Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is stating that Congress must raise the debt ceiling and do that immediately. But right now, the discussions aren't great. Everybody's fighting, and they're fighting for something. It just depends on who you are, where you are, as to what you will get. Currently, there's a lot of talks over what should and should not be included in this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. The number one holdup, is Senator Joe Manchin. Many other Democrats are just letting Senator Joe Manchin actually take the lead on this and be the bad guy for this entire situation, which is actually giving him more power. He is actually accepting this role, which he's had before, but the problem is it's giving him all the power. But here are the things that Senator Joe Manchin opposes so far. He opposes free community college. Right now, experts say that he wants performance metrics included in place to continue college for free. For example, let's say you get free community college and you just go and you flunk every single class that you take. You get F's, D's. Well, if we put in these performance metrics, only people that are doing acceptable would even be able to continue with the second year. If you are just going for try to have fun and you're screwing around and you're taking someone's spot that somebody else could actually use it, he wants performance metrics included, which would then eliminate some of these people from actually being accepted into college. He also is not supportive of universal pre-K the way it is currently standing. He says there should be income thresholds here, which is probably true. The funding for the bill. He says he wants to see the entire bill funded, but not with a 28% corporate tax hike. That's not something he will support. He said he'd support as much as 25%. The Medicare expansion. Joe Manchin doesn't approve of the entire expansion. He wants to either see there's vision, dental, and hearing. He wants to see that people that are between 60 and 65 are approved into Medicare. It's one or the other. And then he's not fully on board with letting Medicare go and negotiate the drug prices with manufacturers. He says that's not the way we should be paying for this. He also says that the child tax credit payments, these are something he doesn't support the way it currently stands, because one of the things that he's not supportive of is everybody receives this money. It doesn't matter if you're working or not. He says that you should have to work to receive this credit. He's also in favor of going back and rolling back to that $2,000 child tax credit. And he is still in support of monthly payments. He does feel that that is beneficial. I think he is right there. Now, even though this is what Senator Manchin wants to exclude, many progressives are actually wanting to push for more. They want to see more. They know that right now, and we've been hearing this for a while, progressives are not happy with where they stand right now. They need more. They want more. And they are still pushing to see the pathway for citizenship, which as of right now, they're not even sure if this can be included. However, we will have answers on that, hopefully sometime tomorrow. According to reports, tomorrow the Senate parliamentarian will hear the arguments on whether or not Democrats can include a pathway to citizenship in the reconciliation bill. Reports right now do indicate that this is something that they are expecting will not pass the Byrd rule, and it could potentially be pulled out. But the reason why Democrats are going to try to give their argument to the Senate parliamentarian is simply because they cannot wait, do not have the time, the luxury of time to get this passed through the House, then kick it over to the Senate, and then when it sits in the Senate parliamentarian pulls it out again, and then it has to go back to the House for another vote. They don't want to do that. They want to make sure whatever bill passes in the House is the same bill that will pass in the Senate. So, and there's going to be a lot of discussions on what is going to pass this Byrd rule. Again, it has to impact the federal budget, and if it doesn't, it will not be included. Now, one thing we do know is that Democrats are going to push forward with this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. They say that if Senator Joe Manchin and other moderates want to get on board and single-handedly oppose this bill, then so be it. But as of right now, Senator Joe Manchin is the only one that has really stated that he is going to vote no on this bill. But again, Democrats say that it would be political suicide for him to do this on his own. He would need more support and backing, or else it's going to hurt him for years to come. So we will see what happens there, but according to reports, the White House is pretty optimistic. Joe Manchin is just going to get on board, and once he gets on board, the other moderates in the House and the Senate will get on board as well. But let's get into the employment news. Well, the other day, Ted Cruz ended up telling Americans to get a job. He said, there's jobs out there, go get a job. But reports indicate that the jobs out there are pretty scarce, that the jobs right now for skilled workers are actually down. President Biden has said that his infrastructure plan would actually create millions of good paying jobs. He even went on to say that the jobs that he is going to provide are going to be paying $45 to $50 per hour, not $7, $12, or $15 per hour. But what I can tell you right now is $15 per hour, even though this is something that the Senate tried to get passed, was a $15 per hour minimum wage. What we're seeing is that that couldn't pass because it didn't pass the Byrd rule in the Senate. However, right now, according to multiple jobs experts, just to get a job, or just to get employees to come in, you have to almost guarantee them close to $15 per hour. If it's $7, $8, $9, $10 per hour, the majority of workers are not going to come back until the employer raises their rates. They have to charge more, or they have to pay more, and if they don't, employees are not going to go and work for that person. So that's what we're seeing right now. But they are saying that right now, this $45 to $50 per hour wage that President Biden is hoping for, this could be very good for the economy, but many employers worry that they still won't have enough workers even to get this plan started. To go and build roads and bridges and railways, they won't have enough workers or skilled workers to do this. So too many people are worried that right now, just going back to work, it's going to increase their chances of catching COVID and transmitting it to their families. One thing that many people are worried about right now is they don't want to transmit the disease, but at the same time, they do not want to get vaccinated. So it's kind of a little bit of an issue there. But many others are saying that they would like to get back to work. The problem is they don't have quality childcare at this time. Many childcare centers closed down. They simply closed down. And so there needs to be more childcare centers opened up. But in order to do that, you got to incentivize business owners in order to do that. Provide subsidies, whatever you need to do. So we're going to see what happens there. And in COVID news, today, President Biden says he will lay out his 6-step plan to making sure people are more protected. He really wants to lay out these plans for testing, mandates, and also discuss how to keep children safe while they're attending schools. One of the goals here, And this is a big goal, and this is something I've been mentioning for a while, is the goal is to ensure that schools do not shut down. That's the goal. Because according to the Biden administration, when schools shut down, children are impacted because of their lack of education from the home. Having a parent or guardian or sibling try to teach you certain things in a different way that the schools are meant to do, this is not something that works very effectively. They also are saying that parents are affected because if children can't go to school, parents a lot of times cannot go to work. And if parents can't go to work, the economy suffers because of it. So President Biden, sometime today, his goal is to hopefully fix this before it gets any worse. But I don't know exactly where we're going to go from here. What I can tell you though is I promise I will keep you updated on all the new news and information. So again, if you can and you enjoy these videos, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Also consider subscribing so I can keep you up to date on everything that's currently going on. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.